What is up, everybody? It's me, Duke Farley, back at it again here on Lost at Sea, and I am joined by another contestant going into the Ascendance Live Season 4 house, Jim. What is going on?
Hey everyone, good to see you. Happy to be here.
Happy to have you on. Appreciate you taking the time to do the preseason interview. And I'm excited to get to ask you some questions. So I'll get right into it.
Let's do it.
Jim, if you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Ooh, so Tokyo. I've always been huge into Japanese culture ever since I was a wee pre-programmer child, cutting my teeth on Japanese role-playing games, and just always been kind of obsessed with it. Tried my hand at learning Japanese. It's a lot harder than it looks, and it looks pretty hard, but I've always loved the culture. I love the food. I just want to go and experience all of the video games that I played over the years and just kind of have that familiarity sink in. I would love to go there.
Are you big into anime?
I am more on the video game side,
Okay.
but there's a lot of crossover actually. And some of the games that take dozens or hundreds of hours to complete, there'll be an anime companion series that actually will flesh it out. So, yeah, I like to pretend I'm in on the action for sure. So
Nice. Nice. What was your what games did you play?
I played every Final Fantasy to completion. I'm a big Persona guy, and so I way back to Persona One, and the most recent one. I played all the versions of them all the way through, and a little bit dark, a little bit weird, but also like a good sense of humor and a pretty deep mythology that goes into it. So pretty rewarding if you stick with it. They kind of reward you for having all the inside knowledge. So
Nice. I'll have to check those out. I've never heard of those, but they seem pretty interesting.
say goodbye to 100 hours of your life, but worth it. So
Awesome. Say you had a superpower that you could bring into the game this season to help you out.
hmm,
What would it be, and how would you utilize it?
I think the most important one in a game like this would be kind of like a Jedi mind trick of being able to calm people's paranoia. And so it's something that is a life skill anyways. And so it helped me outside the game too. But when people start to get a little into it, a little in their heads, they don't always think rationally. They don't always kind of trust some of the bonds you maybe have made. So it'd be nice to just kind of like, just calm down. It's okay. It's okay. And just kind of so people can kind of reframe, think logically, and execute a plan that maybe's been in the works for a long time.
Maybe we would call that the relax button.
The relax button, that would be good. Yeah, and it would make a soothing bird chirp when you push it, or I don't know, maybe
Yes,
some yoga really adjacent noise. I'm not sure, but yeah, just calm down. It's going to be okay. It's going to be yeah.
that's a good one. I think that would be a great power to bring into this season. But I don't think anybody has that one. But you could use it as a life skill, you said. Um, Jim, what is something that you bring to the table? Obviously, we're playing a duo season here. What is
Yes.
something that you think you bring to the table that will help your duo? And then maybe something that Matt brings to the table that will help your duo, maybe that you don't have, and vice versa.
Sure. I'll start with Matt. I always refer to him as the heart of our family. He's very good at connecting to people on a genuine level, and it's not bullshit when he does it. Like he actually cares about people, and so I think his strength will be able to even the quietest person who can't really integrate. Matt will go to them and form a genuine connection with them. I think that's not just useful in the game, but it'll be useful in actually making friends out of this too. I think my kind of complimentary, not complimentary. Uh, I am what I like to call a catastrophizer, in that you see like scenarios kind of playing out, and you kind of follow them to their logical or illogical conclusions and kind of figure out what the consequences are going to be, such that everything can often turn into a catastrophe if it goes X, Y, and Z way, spinning out all of the parade of horribles that can happen. And so, Matt and I are good and complementary in that he kind of brings it back to, oh, well, these are humans we're dealing with. We're playing a game. This is a good person. We can trust this person. Whereas I would be pretty complimentary in terms of, but if they screwed us, then this could happen. And so I think that'll be a good pairing of powers for us to kind of navigate the waters there.
Yeah, I think that'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, but we spin out. But I'll do it in a loving way for sure.
Or not.
Well, we'll see.
See.
No promises either way, but yeah.
So obviously you're going into this with Matt as your partner, but if the chance happens and it comes up, would you ever turn on Matt?
Um, I mean, it of course situation dependent. I think the answer is yes. I think Matt's attitude is going to be our bond is unshakable, and a game is a game. I think it would actually be a strength, because I think I'm going to play the game outwardly as if I'm a total people pleaser, and totally supportive of Matt. But I can foresee an instance where he would have more allies than I do because he is better at making connections, or the particular mix in the game would the people who are left would benefit more from keeping him than me. And so I don't think you take it personally. I think that I don't think he would be mad at me too long. It get his goat up for sure, or whatever animal metaphor would work. But yeah, I think that would be okay. If it truly is a stupendous dramatic move, then all the better, because I think he will really appreciate that in hindsight after he gets a chance to calm down. So yeah, I think so.
What's a scenario where you would even think about doing that, like trying to vote out Matt?
I mean, I can see where if you talk about like jury members and who would who would be more supportive. It depends on the makeup of the jury. It depends on like an intuition of assuming it would be like me and him among the finalists. Yeah, I like love you, dear. You'd probably still vote for me if I got him out. So it wouldn't be a total loss. But yeah.
Okay.
I'd make it up to him. I'd make it up to him somehow. But yeah,
You got to at that point.
He'd respect the game, I think. So
Absolutely. Would you rather win this game and be hated or lose this game and be loved?
That's a good question. So
Thank you.
that's that's why you're here. I get so I'm gonna play the game as if I'm a people pleaser that's kind of bound by it. And so that's going to be a logical front as long as I can hold it up. I don't think that's going to last forever, and it certainly is going to fall apart by the end. So I think there's a pretty good chance that I'm not going to be liked kind of toward the end by some members. The goal is to do that strategically and to minimize fallout as much as possible. But yeah, I think there's a pretty good chance that if I'm going to succeed, there's going to be some blood on the hands.
So you'd rather win and be hated?
Yeah.
I love it.
I'll make it up afterward. It's it's like parenting. Sometimes we all yell at each other, but at the end, it's like, sorry I did that. Sorry I called you that. Sorry I took away your chance of winning. Can we hug it out? And
it's just a game.
Just a game. Just a game, right? So
I'm not saying this is going to happen because
okay.
I'm pretty sure you're going to win this game, but
guaranteed, yes.
Guaranteed. If you do happen to lose this game,
yeah,
what's going to be the reason why?
Oh, I think Matt and I have talked a little bit about there's a good chance we might be the oldest ones there. And so I'm also a relative newbie to this community. And so I think the reason might be I might miss on some of the nuance, some of the unspoken communication, some of the sidelong, awkward or yearning glances may have import that I might not understand. And so maybe being a little bit outside of the age demographic being, not already coming armed with allies besides Matt. So just being a little bit different, because a lot of these games, the first ones out tend to be kind of the outliers, and so I think that'll be why. That's just enough difference to where people just kind of see me as another, and just got to try to overcome that.
Yeah, and I'm sure you will.
Here's hope. I got lots of dad jokes, so that'll hopefully. I
Ooh,
mean, what
I
else will
like
make me feel like I fit right in besides setting those out? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. There will be no dog or pirate jokes, I promise. But
well,
or
if you do crack one, I will look forward to it.
thank you. Okay, I will try to insert a few just for you specifically, just so you can see it's a little high five from me through the camera. But yeah.
Yes. Uh, Jim, what's one thing that you specifically want to accomplish in this game?
I mean, I want to. So much of my life has been pretty professionally driven, and always important about making sure there's a stable home, stable career. This is one of the biggest adventures I've had where it's about fun, and so for me, it's not taking it super seriously to kind of flex some muscles in my brain that are in my social toolkit that I maybe haven't, and just to try it out. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. The thing I love about this community is people play multiple times in multiple different formats, and so there's an opportunity to kind of roll the dice again, maybe. But yeah, I'm looking forward to just taking what I use in my day to day life, and kind of seeing it in a new context, and hopefully surprising myself, and hopefully surprising Matt, even after over 10 years. We know each other pretty well, but I think us seeing each other in a new light in this new context is going to be pretty cool. So
Awesome. Is there anything else, Jim, that you want to talk about that maybe that you find interesting at all before we conclude this?
I mean, I love it. One of the questions I always ask people when I meet them is pretty bluntly like, what do you think the meaning of life is? And so people are a little bit taken aback, but it's one of those good open-ended questions about like, why are we here? Like, what's the point? And I often have to give my own answer for that, and my answer is to make connections. And so I'm fortunate. I've been able to live all over the country. I grew up in the rural world and now live in the city, and all the different stories that I've been able to hear and all the people that I've been able to meet have really just enriched my life and made me a better person. And so what I want people to know is that everyone that I'm going to meet through this experience is going to affect me in some way, and just kind of enrich that experience. And so looking forward to getting to know the community, both in and out of the game. And yeah, I think it's going to be a hell of a ride. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, Jim, I'm also looking forward to it, and I hope you and Matt have a great season. And I look forward to watching you guys play.
Thank you. I appreciate it.